Kayla, the BookTube Turtle, and today I'm doing the School Days book tag. I saw this tag done by Beach Bum Bookworm. I will link that video in the description, and I thought that I would do it myself. This is actually kind of ironic for me because this is the first time since I was 5 years old that I'm not going back to school. I recently graduated college, so yeah, I'm done with school now. And it's funny that this is when I'm like, yeah, let's do this school tag. Anyway, the first question is, first bell, what is a book that first got you into reading? So I read a lot of books when I was younger and through like elementary school. I don't remember a lot of them, but one of the first books I remember being like just completely falling in love with the books and the series and the characters and everything was The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. I read this when I was in like 4th grade, I think, and it was the first like big book series that I read because the books were like, I don't even know, probably not actually that long, but it was long at the time as like 8 years old, 9 years old, whatever I was. But yeah, this was definitely what really like pulled me in and made me be like, I want to read so many things that like make me feel like this made me feel. The next is break time. Which book have you most recently had to take a break from or DNF? So I rarely ever DNF books. I'm pretty good at knowing what things I like, so I just don't pick up things that I know I'm not gonna like. So because of that, I hardly ever just don't finish books. I did recently take a break from the Throne of Glass series. I've been rereading it throughout the year so that I can eventually read the last one. And I did take a break after book 3 because it's just a lot of high fantasy and I was just like, I need a second from this. So I guess we'll go with that. The next question is lunchtime. What is your favorite book that features food? So I don't know, like, what books have food in them? I don't know. Like, when I first read this question, the first thing I thought about was my book, because there's like a whole thing about pancakes in there, but it's not like a featured part of the book or like something that's like super important. It's just kind of like a minor thing that's going on. But like, I don't know. Like, I was trying to think of something and I just like can't. I don't know of anything that like feels like food is like a big part of the story. Okay, so the next question is final bell. What book have you most recently finished reading? So my most recent book is Raybearer by Jordan Ifuku. I talked about this in my August wrap up. This book is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I definitely recommend it. Yes. The next question is homework. What is the last nonfiction book you read and enjoyed? So I rarely read nonfiction. It is not something I like seek out. But I did read a book called Read Books All Day and Get Paid by Jennie Nash. This book is about being a full-time like editor slash book coach and how to tackle that as a business and whatnot. And so that was really helpful and enjoyable for me because that is what I'm trying to do with my life. Staff Room. What is a book you go to when you need to take a breath? Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. This is my favorite book ever. I love this book so much and it just brings me so much like comfort every time I read it. So the next section of this tag is subjects. There are several subjects. You can pick and choose which ones you want to do. So I will have all of the questions below and I will answer the ones that I want to answer. So the first up is English. What is a book you studied in school and recommend one book you would like to add to the curriculum? So the one that first came to mind for me was To Kill a Mockingbird. I read this for school so many times. I think I had to read it for school in 6th grade, 7th grade, and then freshman and sophomore year of high school. So I've read it a lot for school. And then a book that I would recommend is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, because it's just quality content. Like the way that it portrays mental illness, and it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, like, overall, there's just a lot of diversity in this book and the mental illness aspect, and I feel like there's so much that could be, like, discussed in the classroom about this book that it would work really well. The next subject is math. How do you rate your books? So I mostly rate on enjoyment, how I feel reading the book. I do tend to give pretty high stars. Like, it doesn't take much for me to be like, that's a 5-star book for me. But I also do try to take in, like, more objective things, like the objective quality, and if there's, like, issues with the book and stuff like that. But it is mostly based on my own enjoyment. The next is science. Which book couple do you think has the best chemistry? So, like, the majority of books I read have some kind of couple or multiple couples in them, because YA. So when I was thinking about this one, it was a little bit difficult because I was just like, how am I supposed to pick somebody? But then I was just like, you know who I want to go with? Kaz and Inej from Six of Crows, because, like, they don't even, like, have any form of physical contact except for, like, that one scene that if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, yeah, so, like, they barely ever even, like, touch, and, like, they're so clearly in love with each other, so we're gonna go with them. The next is geography. Describe a book that had a strong sense of place or great world building. So a recent book that I read that really just is a book that I actually, one of my clients, so it's not a published book, so I don't really want to say much about it because it's not really my place to do so, but the world building in that book, in that manuscript, was so good. Like, I am still thinking about it, like, over a week later. I'm just like, wow, that was good. But if I was gonna pick a published book, I keep talking about Six of Crows. The Grishaverse in general is, yes. Like, I feel like you're there, and it's not too difficult to, like, understand the world and everything, so yes. And the final question that I'm going to answer is PE. What is the biggest book on your TBR? So my biggest book is definitely, God, this is heavy even holding it, Kingdom of Ash. This book is so big, and I've been putting off reading it, which is why I'm rereading the Throne of Glass series, because I hadn't read those books in like 3 years, and so I've been trying to get through them so that I can eventually read this book. But this book is literally 996 pages long. It's just a lot. Oh my god, it's like weighing my hand down, even just like holding it. So we're gonna put that over there. So yeah, that is the School Days book tag. If you want to do this tag, you are tagged. Anybody who wants to do it, go do it. And let me know in the comments what you think about my answers to these questions, or what answers you would have for these questions. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.